Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to scout some corn for a customer that's got a cucumber problem here. Then we are also going to check out some of our beans that are getting close to being ready. Then we're going to make some room in our shop so that the Amish can get started on fixing our barn wall here. Then we're going to head out and we're going to go spray those cucumbers that we looked at the day before. And then to end the video, we're going to check out and see what the Amish got done here on their first day of fixing our barn wall. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, September 10th. I thought we would be done with drone spraying, but we are headed up and we're gonna fly a thermal drone and check out a field of one of the guys we put fungicide on his corn. You notice he has a little bit of a cucumber problem, so we're gonna go up, check it out, make sure there's no other problems anywhere else, and then tomorrow we'll probably go out and try and find something that we can put on these cucumbers to get rid of them, so he don't have them bothering him while he's picking this year. All right, so we made it to the field here. We are going to get this thermal drone out here, get it unfolded, take this lens cover off, grab us a battery, get it shoved in there, turn it on, stick it on top of the truck here. Next we'll grab a controller, get it powered on. Got us a nice spot to work here, nice and clear overhead. And we're gonna wait for this thing to boot up and then get it taken off and see what we've got going on out here.
Taking off.
But we are taking off the drone. It's been a while since I've flown this one, so we're gonna kind of get the hang of it here, and it's gonna take me some zooming in and out here basically to realize that I wasn't on zoom mode. So there we go, we zoomed in, zoom back out, and now what we're doing is we are going to start looking for the cucumbers. And if you look over here to the right, you will start to see that they are starting to pull the corn down a little bit. So we noticed that, and I got a good look at it there. And we're gonna pull back out and then keep flying down along this creek here. And as we get closer to the back of this field, you will notice that the cucumbers get worse and they get really bad back in this back section back here. And then once I got back to here, if you look up at the top right of the screen, it says RC with a signal. I was not paying attention and went behind some trees here, and you'll see it start to lose connection, which is happening right there. So I am trying to back up pretty quick and get up in the air so I can regain connection. All right, so now that we've got the drone back, I've isolated that our main problem is all the way at the very far end of the field, back up in a little hole. Whenever I was here spraying fungicide, this roadway was not all the way around the field, or if it was, it hadn't been mowed yet. So I actually did not spray all the way back in there. So we'll see what they want to do with that. We might be dropping fungicide again just to kind of see, but we'll determine what they want to do. We can see going around the edge here, we're following around the edge of a creek. You can kind of see these vines out in there that make it hard to pick. So what I'm doing now that the drone is back, I'm just gonna make sure that nothing is in the way and that I can drag my trailer all the way back around this field, or if there's a spot to turn around or anything like that. But from what I saw from the drone, it looks like we're gonna have to try and maybe wrap all the way around the field to be able to get back out, because I didn't see a spot that looked big enough to turn around. But I just kind of want to drive around it, make sure everything looks okay before I drag the trailer back in here tomorrow and have to back all the way back out of here. So while I was up this way, decided I would drive by, check out some of our beans. This was the first farm we planted this year. So these were a 3.3 maturity bean. We figured we could get up running up here pretty soon. This was the first field we started in, and as you can tell, there is not very many leaves left on these beans. I'm gonna get out here and kind of check them out. We noticed whenever they first started turning that they turned pretty ugly. There wasn't much of green to yellow to brown. It was pretty much just green to brown. So like I said, I'm gonna get out up here. We're gonna kind of dig through them, check the stems, things like that, and make sure we didn't have another problem with them. So walking out through here, you can see still some vines and some leaves, but they definitely got too dry. They're showing a lot of 3 bean pods, but that top pod, or the top spot in a lot of them, is empty, so they didn't fill out all the way, and just part of it. So hopefully, probably maybe this weekend we might try to start running some of these. As we drive back in here a little farther, this is on a dead-end road. You can see these still are pretty green stemmed, still have leaves on them. There's no yellow in the leaves, they just went straight to brown. So we grabbed some plants. We'll look at them when we get back to the shop. This is our farthest northern stuff, and it was our lowest maturity bean we planted. So the reason we did that is this is where we are planning to put our wheat for this winter, and we wanted to make sure we could get up here early, get it knocked out, and get it back ready to start planting wheat in it. So, but as I drive back in here, it doesn't look like it's going to be this week. Probably be at least another week. So we don't want to have to move up here and then wait, because it's about an hour ride up here in a combine. So when we get up here, we want to get up here, knock it out, and get back out of here. But we're gonna head back to the shop now and check on everybody else and see what everybody else is up to. All right, so we made it back here to the shop. We are still working on this tender truck. We got the motor back here. We're gonna end up scrapping it. It wasn't really worth rebuilding at this point after we looked at it. Eric and Josh went to go grab a motor for it, but when they get back, we're gonna drag this thing out of here and park it somewhere out here, so that tomorrow when the Amish show up, they can get to putting our wall back here in our barn. We've got 2 trusses here that need to go back in, and they're going to rebuild this wall. But before they do that for tomorrow, like I said, we have to make some room here so they can get in here and work. We have to get this truck out of here, move this workbench. We got the truck hood we need to move and some other things back there for our grain setup. And they should be able to start first thing in the morning. So right now we're gonna start cleaning up here a little bit and moving some things so that when Eric and Josh get back, all we got left to do is pull this truck out. Well, everybody just went home for the day. We got everything cleaned up in here. We have the man lift in here for them, and they'll be starting on this project in the morning. We'll probably hang around here for a little bit, then hopefully me and Josh or me and Eric will be heading out and go doing some drone spraying. All right, so we are headed back from lunch. All morning we spent setting trusses and setting poles for the Amish with our crane. So now that we're headed back, we're gonna get the drone trailer hooked up, and instead of dragging my drone trailer all the way around that field, I decided it'd probably be best, since Eric's gonna be going with me, if he just drags a side-by-side up behind him, and we'll just take it around the edge of the field. Be a little safer. I don't want a chance dropping my trailer off in the creek. So we're gonna go back, get hooked up, and get everything we need so we can head out and get started spraying. So we got here to the field. We're getting unloaded right now, getting everything set up. Eric and I are gonna get this drone out. Got it out. He's gonna open up the side door, and we will get ready to start mixing some chemicals here. All right, so we got our umbrella up, got our repeater set up, drones out, everything's mixed up. Now what we're gonna do is, even though I've already sprayed this field, I want to be double sure I get all the way to the edges, since that's where the cucumbers were. And we're going to re-boundary it, make sure we're good, and we'll start filling up and sending it out.
Waypoint added. Waypoint added. Waypoint added. Point added. Waypoint added.
So what we're doing right now is this line that my indicator is on there is the boundary I flew with the drone around the edge of the field. So we're adding waypoints to the edge of the field here. We're going to speed this process up. Now we're getting ready to get here close to the end of the field. One more point here. And now we're done. So now we're going to enter in whatever I named the field, and I named it after whose field it was, so I didn't really want to put that on the screen. So we blurred that out. Now we're going to choose that field, and we're going to go down through here on the left hand side of the screen, and this is how many gallons per acre we're going to be applying, with how fast in feet per second we're going to go. And then we're going to change our route spacing. Normally I run 30 foot, but I want to be sure I get to the edge of each pass, since this isn't like fungicide and I'm trying to actually kill something. Now we're going to add an auto boundary route around the edge, so it'll re-border it whenever I'm done and make sure it gets all the way to the edge. And then now we're going to change our flight pattern here. And actually, I probably should have just hit that auto optimization up at the top, but this is just what I felt was the best route to take. So we're going to end up going with this after I look at it. And we're going to narrow that overall margin down. Alright, so we got that about where we wanted here. And now we're uploaded the task. And we're going to get ready to take off here. Waiting on everything to boot up.
Aircraft preparing to take off. Stand back at a safe distance.
see down there at the bottom, it's taken off. I ended up seeing a tree limb there behind me, so I had to manually remove it here and get it flying again. You can see this little slither back here that I didn't map out. And now we're at our start point. That's where I was lose connection with the drone. So I didn't map it out on this, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the Ranger back here, and we'll throw the drone in the back of it, and we'll jug up enough chemicals for what we need, and we'll haul it back there in the bed of the Ranger, and we'll just spray it out using the Ranger. If we need any more chemicals or anything like that, Eric can come back up here, grab some jugs. There's a little hill I can stand on back there, and we'll be ready to rock and get it knocked out. But right now we're getting ready to take off here, waiting for it to boot up. We got the green light, we're good, and we're going to go ahead and take back off here. Alright, so we're on our last fill up here. Eric just got done filling her up. What we're doing now is we only got 6 gallons in. So we are going to resume. And let it take off here. See how well it does. We got a small little power line over there, and it feeds the trees. So it's gonna go right there, and what we're doing now is we're following this orange line around and bordering the edge of the field. You can see it right there, and while we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and start a screen recording, and you'll be able to see the rest of this pass through it.
Task complete. Return to home, RTH.
Alright, so we just got back landed here from that last fill up. Eric is unstrapping the Ranger. First, we're going to pick all this stuff up, get it put away so we won't need it anymore, and then we'll be loading up to head back there. Well, we just got finished up, loaded up, and we're headed back to the shop. We didn't film that last little section because it was tight, and there was only 2 acres in it, so there wasn't a whole lot to see. Once we get back, we're going to do one of the most important things of this drone spraying, and that is wash out really good. So we are right now getting ready to pull out on the road, and we're going to get washed out when we get back. All right, so we made it back here, and Josh got everything rinsed off. We rinsed the tank out good, drained it, we filled it back up, and now what we're gonna do is run some water just through the lines and make sure the lines are cleaned out good, so then no chemicals are left sitting in there. And then after that, we'll fold it back up and get it put back inside and get unhooked for the day. Well, we got unhooked. Thought I'd come out here and check out what the Amish got done today. So we helped with 2 trusses up here, setting them, and then we stood these big poles up, and they've got all the poles up now, everything together. Got the roof sheets back on that section and looking good. Well guys, time to head to the house for the night. That's probably going to do it for this video. If you made it all the way through, thanks for watching. I know it was a long one, but hopefully this week things will be back to normal. I was gone last week, and we'll be getting some videos uploaded here, and we should be starting harvest here soon, so we'll have some good content coming. But like I said, it's gonna do it. We'll see you all on the next one.